Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News. Top 1. Today we are talking about a coin that looks like gold, feels important in your hand, and has tricked countless people into thinking they were holding something far more valuable than a regular dollar. This is the 2011 P Gold $1, and here's the shocking part. Millions of people have spent it without a second thought, while collectors quietly search for specific versions that can be worth many times its face value. Stick with me, because in this video I'll show you exactly what this coin is, why it exists, what tiny details make certain examples special, and at the very end, how much money collectors are actually paying for it today. And yes, there are errors involved. The kind you only notice if you know where to look. Now let's slow down and really look at the coin. Bring up a clean close-up of the front. You'll see Sacagawea, the Native American woman who helped guide the Lewis and Clark expedition. The golden color jumps out immediately. That's no accident. This coin was designed to stand apart from every other dollar, even though it contains no real gold at all. The metal blend was chosen specifically to look rich, bright, and different. Zoom in on the details. The facial features are smooth and sharp. The fields are clean. Just below the date, you'll spot the P Mint mark. That single letter tells us this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 2011. Now flip the coin over and hold that shot steady. This is where the 2011 issue becomes more than just another dollar. Every year in the Native American dollar series, the reverse design changes. In 2011, the theme honors diplomacy and treaties between Native American tribes and the United States. You'll see powerful symbols representing peace and cooperation. Many people never notice this because they don't realize the back changes every year. Collectors absolutely do. Here's something most people don't know. While the mintage numbers are high, many of these coins never circulated heavily. Banks ordered them. Collectors stored them. Rolls sat untouched for years. That means high-quality examples are common, but truly flawless coins still stand out. Now let's get into the part everyone waits for. The value. A normal circulated 2011 P Gold $1 is usually worth exactly $1. That's the reality. But uncirculated examples are a different story. Coins pulled straight from mint rolls or sets often sell for $2 to $5, but here's the moment to pay attention. Errors change everything. Look closely at the edge of the coin. This series uses edge lettering instead of putting all the words on the front or back. If that edge lettering is missing, doubled, or misaligned, collectors take notice immediately. Add in off-center strikes or unusual planchet errors, and suddenly this everyday coin becomes a serious talking point. These error coins are rare, but they exist. And when they show up, they don't sit quietly. Before I tell you the real auction numbers, ask yourself this. Have you ever checked the dollar coins in your drawer or change jar? Because this is exactly the kind of coin people overlook. Now let's talk real prices, no hype. Standard uncirculated examples usually sell for a few dollars. Certified high-grade coins have sold at auction in the range of $10 to $20. Verified and dramatic error examples have sold for much more, with documented auction results reaching into the hundreds of dollars depending on the error type and condition. So here's the recap. The 2011 P Gold $1 isn't made of gold, but it carries history, a unique yearly design, and real collector interest. Most are common. Some are worth saving. And a small number can genuinely surprise you. Top 2. Today we are talking about a coin that almost everyone has heard of, many people claim to own, and yet most collectors will tell you something shocking about it right away. The United States of America 1797 to 1801 Gold $1. Here's the twist. An official U.S. gold $1 coin from this period was never actually issued. And that single fact has created confusion, myths, and some very expensive mistakes. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'll explain why people believe this coin exists, what early American gold coins were really made during this time, how misidentified pieces show up at auctions, and at the end, what collectors actually pay when a so-called example appears on the market. Let's set the scene. Bring up a dramatic B-roll shot of early America. Dirt roads. Wooden buildings. The late 1700s. The United States Mint was still young, experimenting, learning, and struggling to produce consistent coinage. Gold was precious. Technology was limited. And small denomination gold coins were not practical yet. Now imagine holding a tiny gold coin dated in the late 1700s. Show a close-up of an early U.S. gold piece. The worn surfaces. The uneven strike. The classic early design style. This is where the confusion begins. Between 1797 and 1801, the U.S. Mint did strike gold coins, but not a $1 denomination. The gold coins of this era were larger, higher-value pieces, like the $5 half eagle and the $10 eagle. A true gold dollar would not appear until decades later, in the mid-1800s. So why do people talk about a 1797 to 1801 gold $1? Here's the cliffhanger moment. Some early foreign gold coins circulated widely in America. Some privately issued tokens existed. And some later replicas and fantasy pieces were made to resemble what people imagine an early gold dollar should look like. Over time, these pieces were mislabeled, misunderstood, and sometimes even sold as real U.S. coins. Zoom in on the details. Early coins often have uneven lettering, off-center strikes, and weak details. To an untrained eye, that looks old and valuable. To a trained collector, it raises questions. Another reason this myth survives is paperwork. Old estate descriptions, handwritten notes, and inherited collections often use the term gold dollar loosely, even when the coin is something else entirely. Now here's where things get serious. When a coin claimed to be a 1797 to 1801 U.S. gold $1 shows up, experts immediately examine weight, metal content, edge details, and die characteristics. Most fail instantly. A few turn out to be foreign gold coins. Others are later replicas. Some are outright fakes, but every once in a while, something interesting happens. A rare early American gold coin is misidentified as a gold dollar, and that's when collectors lean in. So let's talk real numbers, calmly and honestly. There is no confirmed auction record for a genuine U.S. gold $1 dated 1797 to 1801 because no official coin exists. Claims of such coins selling for millions are myths. However, authentic early U.S. gold coins from this era, like half eagles and eagles, have sold at auction from tens of thousands of dollars into the hundreds of thousands, depending on rarity and condition. Misidentified or replica gold dollars usually sell for far less once properly examined, often only their gold value or less. That's the real lesson here. Knowledge protects collectors. So let me ask you this. Have you ever seen or heard of a so-called early gold dollar in a family collection or online listing? And which early U.S. coin would you love to own if you had the chance? Let's wrap this up. The 1797 to 1801 gold $1 is one of the most fascinating myths in American coin collecting. It teaches us about early U.S. history, the evolution of coinage, and why expert authentication matters more than legends. Top 3. Today we are talking about a coin that sounds incredibly valuable the moment you hear its name. The United States of America 1837 to 1841 gold $1. A tiny gold coin from the early days of America. And here's the shocking truth right from the start. An official U.S. gold $1 coin did not exist during these years. Yet collectors still chase this idea, listings still appear, and people still believe they've found one. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'll explain why this coin is so often misunderstood, what gold coins the U.S. Mint was actually producing between 1837 and 1841, how gold dollars from this period keep showing up anyway, and what really happens when these pieces reach the auction floor. Let's rewind to the late 1830s. Show a slow B-roll pan of early American streets, ships, and trade routes. The United States was expanding fast. Gold was flowing in from discoveries in the South. In 1837, the U.S. Mint made a major change to gold coinage, adjusting weight and purity to stabilize the system. This was a huge moment in American monetary history. Now bring up a close-up of a genuine gold coin from this era. Larger. Heavier. Confident. During 1837 to 1841, the mint struck gold coins like the $5 half eagle and the $10 eagle. These were real, official, and widely used. But a $1 gold coin? That idea hadn't arrived yet, so why does the 1837 to 1841 gold $1 keep coming up? Here's where it gets interesting. Small gold coins from foreign countries circulated freely in the United States at the time. Private gold tokens existed. Later restrikes, replicas, and fantasy pieces were made to satisfy curiosity about what could have been. Over time, stories blended together. A small gold coin became a gold dollar. A date became attached. And suddenly a legend was born. Zoom in on one of these so-called examples. You'll often see crude details, unusual lettering, or a design that feels slightly off. To someone new, it looks ancient and rare. To a trained collector, it raises immediate red flags. Another reason this myth survives is family history. Old collections passed down with handwritten notes saying, "Gold dollar, very old." No one questioned it. Decades later, the story sounds convincing. Now here's the cliffhanger. When a coin claimed to be an 1837 to 1841 US gold $1 shows up at a dealer or auction house, experts move fast. Weight is checked. Metal composition is tested. Die characteristics are compared. Almost every time, the result is the same. It is not an official US gold dollar, but that doesn't mean these coins are worthless. Some turn out to be authentic foreign gold coins from the same era. Others are rare private issues. And some are historic replicas collected for what they represent rather than what they officially are. So let's talk real market value, honestly. There is no verified auction record for an official United States gold $1 dated 1837 to 1841 because none were issued. Claims of sales worth millions are myths. Authentic US gold coins from this period, like half eagles and eagles, regularly sell at auction from tens of thousands of dollars to well over $100,000, depending on condition and rarity. Misidentified gold dollars usually sell for their gold content or modest collector value once properly identified. That's the real takeaway here. Knowledge is everything. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever seen a small gold coin claimed to be an early US gold dollar? And which early American gold coin would you love to own if you had the chance? Let's wrap this up. The 1837 to 1841 gold $1 is one of the most persistent myths in US coin collecting. It opens the door to real history, real gold coins, and a deeper understanding of how American money evolved. Top 4. Today we are talking about a coin that instantly raises eyebrows because the dates alone don't seem to make sense. The United States of America 1889 to 1797 gold $1. A gold dollar that appears to travel backward in time. And here's the shocking truth right away. A US gold $1 coin never existed in 1797, and 1889 was actually the final year this famous gold dollar was ever made. That confusion is exactly why this coin story is so interesting. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'll clear up the mystery behind these dates, show you what the real US gold $1 actually is, why collectors chase certain years so aggressively, what errors and details matter, and at the end, what these coins are truly worth at auction. Let's start by setting the record straight. Bring up a timeline graphic or slow B-roll of early American coins sliding across the screen. The official United States gold $1 was first minted in 1849, not in the 1700s. It was created during the California gold rush, when gold suddenly became more available and the country needed smaller gold denominations for daily use. Now bring in a clean close-up of a real gold $1. It's tiny. Smaller than most people expect. About the size of a modern dime. That alone surprises first-time viewers. Despite its size, it's real gold, and it carries serious history. There were 3 main designs over its lifetime. The Liberty Head Type 1, the Indian Princess Type 2 with a tall portrait, and the Indian Princess Type 3 with a larger head. Each design tells a story about changing tastes, minting challenges, and public opinion. Now let's focus on the end of the line. 1889, show a dramatic close-up of an 1889 gold $1 rotating slowly. This was the last year the U.S. Mint struck gold dollars. By then, these coins were rarely used in everyday commerce. People preferred paper money. Gold coins were being hoarded, not spent. Here's a small cliffhanger moment. Because they weren't used much, many 1889 examples survived in higher condition. But finding one that's perfectly struck, well-centered, and free of marks is another story entirely. Now let's talk about the confusion with 1797. Some listings, stories, and even inherited collections describe a gold dollar from the 1700s. What they're usually seeing is either a misidentified foreign gold coin, a later replica, or simply a misunderstanding passed down over generations. The idea sounds amazing, so it sticks. Zoom in on the details collectors care about. The date style. The sharpness of the lettering. The edge. Real U.S. gold dollars have very specific weight and gold content. If those don't match, the story falls apart quickly. Errors are where things get exciting. Off-center strikes, weak dates, clipped planchets, or dramatic die cracks can push values much higher. These are not common, but when they appear, collectors pay attention immediately. Now let's talk real market value, honestly and clearly. Common circulated gold dollars often sell for a few $100s, mostly based on gold content and collector demand. Nicer examples from later years like 1889 typically sell from several $100s into the low thousands, depending on condition. High-grade certified examples have sold at auction for several $1,000s. Rare errors or exceptional condition pieces can go even higher, but those are the exceptions, not the rule. So here's the big takeaway. The United States gold $1 is real, historic, and collectible, but the dates matter. There is number 1797 gold $1, and 1889 marks the end of a fascinating chapter in American coinage. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever seen a tiny gold coin in a collection or listing that made you curious? And which U.S. gold coin would you love to own one day? Let's wrap it up. The gold $1 tells a powerful story of American growth, gold rush dreams, and changing money habits. Small coin. Big history. Real value. Top 5. Today we are talking about a coin that sounds so powerful, so rare, that just hearing the dates makes people lean closer to the screen. The United States of America 1801 to 1809 gold $1. A tiny piece of gold from the early days of the nation. And here's the shocking truth right up front. An official U.S. gold $1 coin did not exist during these years at all. Yet this coin is one of the most talked about and misunderstood pieces in American coin history. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'll explain why people believe this coin exists, what gold coins were actually made between 1801 and 1809, how small gold pieces from this era keep getting mislabeled, and at the end, what collectors really pay when one of these so-called examples shows up at auction. Let's rewind to the early 1800s. Bring up B-roll of early America. Horse-drawn wagons. Small towns. A young nation still figuring itself out. The U.S. Mint was operating, but gold was scarce and expensive. Every gold coin struck had to matter. Now show a close-up of a genuine early U.S. gold coin. Notice how large and heavy it looks. During 1801 to 1809, the Mint struck gold coins like the $5 half eagle and the $10 eagle. These were serious coins, used for trade, banking, and large purchases. A $1 gold coin simply wasn't practical at the time. There wasn't enough gold, and the technology wasn't there. So why does the 1801 to 1809 gold $1 keep popping up? Here's where things get interesting. Small foreign gold coins circulated freely in the United States during this period. Coins from Europe, South America, and the Caribbean passed hand to hand. People often called any small gold coin a gold dollar, even if it wasn't American and wasn't a dollar by design. Zoom in on one of these pieces. The worn date. The uneven strike. The unfamiliar symbols. To someone without training, it looks old, rare, and American. To a collector, it raises immediate questions. There's another layer to this story. Later in history, replicas and fantasy pieces were created to imagine what an early US gold dollar might have looked like. Some were souvenirs. Some were made to deceive. Over time, stories formed around them, especially in inherited collections where no one questioned the label. Now here's the cliffhanger moment. When a coin claimed to be an 1801 to 1809 US gold $1 appears at a dealer or auction house, experts move fast. The coin is weighed. The gold purity is tested. The design is compared to known US dies. And almost every time, the conclusion is the same. It is not an official US gold dollar, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. Some of these coins turn out to be rare foreign gold issues. Others are historically interesting private tokens. A few are early replicas collected for their story rather than their legality. The value depends entirely on what the coin truly is, not what the label says. So let's talk real market value, honestly. There is no confirmed auction sale for a genuine United States gold $1 dated 1801 to 1809 because no such coin was issued. Authentic US gold coins from this era, like half eagles and eagles, regularly sell at auction for tens of thousands of dollars, and sometimes much more in high condition. Misidentified gold dollars usually sell for their gold value or modest collector interest once properly identified. That's the real lesson here. The earlier the coin, the more important the knowledge. Now I want to ask you something. Have you ever seen a small gold coin claimed to be from early America? Or do you have a family story about a mysterious gold piece tucked away somewhere? And which early US gold coin would you love to own if you had the chance? Let's bring it home. The 1801 to 1809 gold $1 is one of the most fascinating myths in US coin collecting. It opens the door to real history, real gold coins, and a deeper respect for how American money evolved. If this helped you see coins in a new way, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video. Because in coin collecting, the truth is often rarer than the legend.